Marty, first of all, can I say, you're the reason I'm in this business.
Who the f*** are you, and what are you trying to say?
Good old Marty. In addition to his priceless contributions to film, he's got this persona that makes him instantly likable and identifiable. Lots of energy. Obsessive. Neurotic. Big laugh. Not a lot of time to stand around. Gotta get things done. Maybe a little pushy. Maybe a little dangerous.
You had a gun?
I was gonna get one.
So you said you were gonna get a gun?
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna get it. Really?
And you said you were gonna do well with the gun?
Oh, I don't know. I was angry. I said, I'm going to threaten them, or maybe just shoot or something. I had no idea. I was threatening.
So whenever I see Marty pop up as an actor, it feels like, I don't know, I'm seeing an old friend. Not only that, but whether he's doing cameos in his own movies, playing himself, or just a completely different character, he's actually a terrific actor.
I know you must think that I'm, you must think I'm pretty sick or something. You must think I'm pretty sick.
So come on, try to keep up as we take a look at the often overlooked and unique acting career of Martin Scorsese. And if you want to help support this channel, you can go to patreon.com/thebackfocus, and we have some Amazon affiliate links in the description. So any movie that you see in this video, there will be a link to either buy the physical copy or rent it on Amazon. And if you do it through those links, that can help support this channel as well. Thanks, guys. I believe there is a certain art to the director's cameo. You know, Alfred Hitchcock, he had a good consistent method down. It was always near the beginning of the movie, in and out, not too distracting. Oh dear, I missed the bus. Oh, kerfuffle. Someone like Tarantino, on the other hand, seems to just relish the opportunity, no matter how bad the Australian accent is.
Shut up, Black. You ain't got nothing to say I want to hear.
With Marty, sometimes it wasn't clear why he did it, other than it was a bit of fun, like playing a gangster in his first film, Who's That Knocking at My Door? And a John with a heart of gold, I just want to cuddle, in Boxcar Bertha.
If I give you $15, can I stay? I don't want to sleep alone tonight.
Sure.
Other times, it added this extra layer of commentary, like when he became the personification of the same kinds of senseless, violent acts that he grew up with as Jimmy Shorts, who guns down Robert De Niro's character at the end of Mean Streets.
Now's the time.
And famously, when an actor was injured during the production of Taxi Driver, Scorsese played the part instead and delivered a shockingly terrifying performance as one particularly unsavory passenger in Travis Bickle's cab. Although he was hesitant to do it, and according to Scorsese, virtually everyone was against it, De Niro convinced him to take the part and even gave him some acting tips.
I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her with a .44 Magnum pistol. I have a .44 Magnum pistol. I'm gonna kill her with that gun.
In a 2016 retrospective for The Hollywood Reporter, Scorsese said, "Bob was very instrumental because he pointed out to me that the first line of dialogue was, 'Turn off the meter.'" I can't do Scorsese the whole time. I feel like it's going to be too much, so I feel like I'm slipping into Richard Kind. "Oh, Larry, you should have come to the funeral. It was beautiful."
No, you know what I'm talking about. Don't be a putz. What are you talking about?
"Larry, why didn't you call?"
You come to town, you give me a call. Just
If
call.
I can't see you, there's no point in
I didn't want to see you.
All right, back to the quote. "And I did one take and he said to me, 'When you say turn off the meter, make me turn it off. Just make me turn it off. I'm not going to turn it off until you convince me that you want me to turn off that meter.' He sort of acted with the back of his head, but he encouraged me by not responding to me. And using that tension of the inherent violence, I was able to take off and riff some dialogue."
Did you ever see what a .44 Magnum pistol would do to a woman's face? I mean, destroy it. Just blow her right apart.
Later on, his cameos became more of a meta element as he played in-universe directors, like the stage manager in Raging Bull, or a TV director in The King of Comedy.
You're the director, can you help me?
Yeah, take the tissues out of your collar and let's go. Ready for a few more minutes, let's go.
Even in Bringing Out the Dead, he played the dispatcher. He's kind of a director of sorts, right? Moving the characters along.
At 177 West 24, there's a woman who says a roach crawled in her ear. Can't get it out. Says she's going into cardiac arrest.
I think it just says something about how much he loves storytelling and the history of film, and even the non-speaking ones speak to this. I love this one where he played a photographer in The Age of Innocence. It's so quick, but look at the whole outfit and the big mustache, and like that took time, right? It's not like his cameos in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore or The Color of Money, where presumably he doesn't have to really change into a different set of clothes. It just looks like what he was wearing that day. And hey, that cameo right there, that's got to be a Hitchcock reference. Didn't Hitchcock walk like the same exact dog in The Birds? One exception was his cameo in Gangs of New York. He wanted his daughter Francesca to be in the movie, and he wanted to be in the scene with her, but anything set in the 5 Points was dirty and kind of chaotic for a literal toddler to be around. So he chose to play a wealthy father in a nice, clean indoor set.
2 weeks of working in those sets and rain and all sorts of things, they became very lived in. The streets became very muddy. I just decided that wasn't the best place for the little one to be. She wasn't able to walk at the time yet. Therefore, I appear as what some people have criticized me as doing, as becoming an upper class person for some reason, identifying with that. That's not the case because of the kid. I would have liked to dress more like one of the natives. I thought that would be interesting downtown, Let my beard grow a little bit.
But his latest cameo is probably my favorite. At the tail end of Killers of the Flower Moon, a true crime radio play somewhat crudely retells the harrowing story of the Osage tribe. Scorsese plays a radio presenter somberly recounting the fate of Molly Burkhart. He hadn't planned to do this, but he wanted whatever actor who played this part to have this really intimate understanding and knowledge of all of the events, like he did. Right? Having done years of research himself, it kind of made sense for him to do it. But it also adds this extra layer of depth, It puts things into perspective. Like what we've just watched, the actual movie Killers of the Flower Moon was just a bunch of play actors reciting lines and costumes and makeup. It could never measure up to the atrocities of what actually happened. And then out comes Scorsese, sort of as himself in a way, with genuine empathy and heartbreak to solemnly end the story.
She was buried in the old cemetery in Grey Horse, beside her father, her mother, her sisters, and her daughter. There was no mention of the murders.
You remember that one scene where Jesus goes into the temple and the money changers are there?
Yes, what about it?
Was that your idea?
No, it's from the New Testament, it's the Bible.
Oh, yeah, right.
All right. It's understandable.
When you're a prolific celebrity of any medium, playing yourself can be tricky. Right? You have to have some idea of how you're perceived by audiences and be willing to poke fun at yourself, but also really land that comedic timing.
Let's do some improvisational comedy now.
Okay. Hi, what seems to be the problem?
As I said before, I've got full-blown AIDS.
Right.
Do you want to know how I got it?
Sure.
I'm a well-known homosexual actor.
Wow.
That being said, Marty clearly knows his Marty persona well enough and has a sense of humor about it.
Too literal, too violent, too metaphorical, too dark. Here, we have the protagonist, but where's the antagonist? Huh? Where's the drama? Oh.
And I would argue that the more the material leans into his little quirks, the funnier it is.
No. Look, the plot of this phone call just isn't working for me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. There's no edge. There's no edge to it. He's just got out of prison, all right? He's just got out of prison.
Daddy's in Cleveland.
He just got out of prison. He's a very dark and mysterious figure in your life. Very dark and mysterious to you,
No,
okay?
he's not.
Yes, he is. Dark and mysterious. You hardly know him. Vengeance. Can you say vengeance? Vengeance. Excellent. He's doing fine.
One film that knew exactly what to do with Marty was the Albert Brooks comedy, The Muse.
Hello? May I help you?
What?
Oh my God.
Is Sarah here?
In the film, Sharon Stone's character becomes a sought-after muse of Hollywood directors who all become convinced that they can't make any creative decisions without first consulting her. Marty shows up and he can't find her, and then he just has this manic conversation with Albert Brooks.
Promise you won't tell anybody?
Yeah.
I'm working on a remake of Raging Bull.
Really?
Yeah, only this time I'm doing it with a real thin guy. Real thin. Can you see it?
This works really well because the editing here actually matches and complements his energy.
A real thin guy.
Thin but angry.
Angry.
Angry. Can you see it?
Angry too.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Is there a Starbucks near here?
Oh, gee, I'd be careful if I were you. You might have had your quota.
Yeah, I guess I'd have my quota. That gives me an idea for something else entirely. Thank you. We never had this conversation. I don't know who you are. We never spoke.
One of my favorite Marty roles, and one that showed how good he is at improv, was in Curb Your Enthusiasm, when he directed Larry as a mob boss in his next big film.
Like what?
Oh, just like a little, don't talk to me until I finish. Yeah, that kind of thing. You know.
that kind of
thing? That's too hard. Huh? That's too hard.
How many takes are we gonna do?
2 more.
2 more?
2 more.
You shoot too much, Marty.
No, it's getting better and better each time.
Yeah. You know, Seinfeld, we did 2 takes and we were done.
Also, I never noticed this, but he clearly laughs during a take when Larry questions his directing prowess.
That's a big thing to do. This is later.
What's the matter with you? Do you know what you're doing?
This is just the
threat. Do you even know what you're doing?
This is just the threat of the violence, okay?
One contrasting example is Entourage, right? So at the tail end of one of the seasons, Vincent gets an offer from Scorsese to play the lead in his next film.
Gus was kind enough to send me some of the rushes in that picture you were in about the forest fires or whatever, and I'd love to offer you a part in my new picture.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's like they didn't really do anything with him. I guarantee you that in the script, it was just written as, Vincent gets a call from prolific director blank.
What do you think of that?
Amazing.
Right.
Like you could have put anybody in there. Come on, guys. Marty's got places to be. He doesn't have much time left on this planet. You took one valuable day out of his life. But his most bizarre appearance as himself was this $70 million short film that he directed, The Audition, in which he's himself and he's auditioning De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio for the lead in his next film.
Are we up for the same part?
Not that you're up for the same part. It's not like... It's more like you're vying for the same part.
We're vying?
Vying. Something going on in my head. I'm not quite sure what it is.
We're competing for the same role.
Not that you're competing. It's that we're here talking and that you're vying. Didn't you ever vie?
The whole thing was essentially a promotional short for a casino resort in Macau that hadn't been fully built yet, by the way, during the filming. So they had to do these 3D renderings, and there's some green screen thrown in there. As commercials for casinos, at least at the time, were banned in China, the film was seen as kind of a loophole. So it's like, it's not really a commercial, it's a story. It's just a really not very good short.
I mean, the thing to do now is we have some dessert, and we talk about it on our way to Japan.
On the other hand, you've got the studio, right? In the pilot episode, Marty is thrilled to pitch his film adaptation of the Jonestown Massacre.
But I see it as meditation on cults, hero worship, mass murder, suicide, everything. It's life.
Jonestown.
Seth Rogen's character buys the script, but then saves his own ass by agreeing never to make it, and Scorsese's reaction is just priceless.
You bought my movie just to kill it?
I did.
He did.
It's another kind of funny because he plays it seriously. Like, it plays into his love of film, and he's just destroyed after he's devoted years of his life to realizing this vision, and his heart is ripped out of his chest.
God, he's crying. He's sobbing. You made him sob. You made him talk.
But Scorsese is one of the few directors who have gone the extra step in the acting world and played characters in other filmmakers' work. He did it more times than you might think, too, and in some cases, I couldn't find a clear reason. For instance, why did he choose to play Mafioso number 1 in Roger Corman's zany racing film Cannonball? So in this scene, he's just like chowing down on fried chicken with Sylvester Stallone.
Hey, Lester, we got a lot of money riding on this thing. What makes you so sure Benny's gonna deliver our winning?
I gotta go back on my diet and stuff. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. You look very good fat, you know what I mean?
It's possible that Roger Corman was the connection here. He produced Scorsese's film Boxcar Bertha, and he helped distribute Cannonball! I shouted it because there's an exclamation point on the title, so that's how you should say it. But what about this Italian film, Il Papocchio? I think I'm pronouncing that right. In English, it's called In the Pope's Eye. It's this kind of brazen comedy poking fun at the Catholic Church, starring Roberto Benigni. Marty can briefly be seen playing an irritated TV director. At one point, I swear to God, he looks directly in the camera as if he's saying, "Yep, it's me. I'm a director. See? And Scorsese here, I'm playing a director. Get it? It's me, Scorsese, director, playing a director. Get it?" But then he played a few roles that had a little more juice to them, and we get a little more insight as to why he did them. In the 1986 historical drama Round Midnight, which focuses on a down-and-out jazz musician who begins to revitalize his career, Marty played an enthusiastic club owner who hires him for a gig in New York City.
What's that arch in Paris? The Arch of Triomphe. Arch of Triumph, right. Well, the cars go in a circle, right? Well, to me, from far away, it looks very pretty. But when you're inside one of the cars, It was murder, I'm telling you. I mean, everybody can make it in the left lane, and it's like bumper cars. Like in Coney Island, we have a little ride where everybody bumps into each other, you know? I never saw drivers like these, but they're crazy.
In a 2015 interview for Interview Magazine, Scorsese recalled the experience, quote, "Oh, it was terrifying. I felt like I was too heavy, a bald spot. I talk so fast, people laugh at me, so I find it embarrassing. I find it humiliating. I did it as a favor for Bertrand Tavernier. It was an honor to be in it, but I feel bad about it. I feel people are laughing at me." A few years later, another director would approach Scorsese for acting work, acclaimed Japanese filmmaker Akira Kurosawa. In one of his final films, Dreams, there's a sequence in which a man finds himself inside the paintings of Vincent van Gogh and ends up striking a conversation with him.
A scene that looks like a painting does not make a painting. If you take the time and look closely, all of nature has its own beauty. And when that natural beauty is there, I just lose myself in it. And then, as if it's in a dream, the scene just paints itself for me. Yes, I consume this natural setting. I devour it completely and whole.
There was only one person Kurosawa thought of for the role.
He was telling Francis that the only person that comes to mind, he says, I think of Van Gogh at the time that Scorsese came to see me and only had 10 minutes to talk and expressed these ideas about saving world cinema, et cetera. And that's the way he saw Van Gogh. He said, do you think it wouldn't be insulting if I asked him to play this part? So I can't say no. You know, it's Kurosawa.
Whether intentional or not, it was kind of a cool meta way for Kurosawa to express his feelings about being an artist, like a director. A year later, Scorsese appeared alongside Bobby D in the historical drama Guilty by Suspicion, an examination of the infamous Hollywood blacklist era in which directors suspected of being communist sympathizers were banned from the industry. Marty played fictional director Joe Lesser, who flees America to avoid being interrogated for his communist ties.
Well, look, I've been dodging a subpoena for 2 days now. So I'm going to dodge it permanently in London. It's the only thing I can do. Which means that I'm going to abandon my creation, and David here is going to complete it for me. That is, if he promises not to mess it up.
But what's kind of weird is that even though he was playing a character in a film that overall was harshly criticizing the Hollywood blacklist, Scorsese and De Niro would later present an honorary Oscar to filmmaker Elia Kazan, who famously, he didn't do what Joe Lesser did in the movie. He gave up names of directors and friends to the House of Un-American Activities Committee. Some of the people in the audience clearly didn't like it. Ed Harris there folding his arms. It's a polarizing thing, and maybe it's one of those situations where Scorsese was separating the art from the artist. As far as why he took the role in the first place, it was another favor for a friend. The director, Irwin Winkler, had been a producer on some of his films, like Raging Bull and Goodfellas. In a 1990 LA Times article, Marty again talks about how uncomfortable acting makes him. Like, why is he doing this? It's very complimentary that friends of mine keep wanting to put me in their films. I don't like it, but you learn what it's like to wait on a set, to be in front of a lens, to hear nothing from the director and the cameraman and see them talking over in the corner. You find yourself looking with expectancy and saying, was it good? Gee, maybe it wasn't good. He followed that up with a memorable supporting role in Quiz Show playing Martin Rittenholm, a corrupt corporate executive with a vested financial interest in the success of a popular quiz show, which is under investigation for possibly being fixed to help its ratings.
Think about it. You could do exactly the same thing, but just making the questions easier. See, the audience didn't tune in to watch some amazing display of intellectual ability. They just wanted to watch the money.
But Marty doesn't necessarily know anything about that. No, I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I'd like to say one other thing. I think all that money should be returned.
This is a good example of, like, if you didn't know who Martin Scorsese was, you'd think, wow, this guy's a great character actor. Wonder what else he's done. Oh, he played a neurotic accountant in the bizarre Christopher Walken comedy Search and Destroy.
We are interested in your corporation's income for the last year and the year before that. We are very interested in determining...
What's your point?
You owe the state of Florida $147,956. That's exclusive of interest and penalties.
But Marty hadn't yet appeared in anything that his kids could enjoy, which is precisely why he provided the voice of Sykes the pufferfish in Shark Tale.
True words have never been spoken. Is that it? That all? We done?
All right, I didn't write anything down in the script for this part. I'm just going to try and remember the plot. The plot of it is like Will Smith is a fish and he works at a car wash, but it's not a car wash because like in the world of Shark Tale, whales are cars, so it's a whale wash. And his boss is Sykes the pufferfish, Martin Scorsese. But then he has a boss that's a shark who's played by Robert De Niro.
It's all been to prepare them.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Will Smith, the fish, gets into a tangle with a shark, which then turns Scorsese into this kind of white, nerdy character where he's managing he's a black fish. I don't know what race is like in this world, even though he calls him a white fish, but a pufferfish is not a white fish. It's honestly the kind of character that Eugene Levy would have played. You could even swap them out and not even change the animation of the character. They both got big eyebrows. Anyway, Shark Tale.
Yo, dog! Sykes! All right, partner. Let's see what you can do.
There was one more fictional character role that Marty played, and at first, when I looked it up, it was baffling.
Well, everything checks out all right.
But I saw him fall 13 stories.
But everything checks out all right.
Everything checks out all right? No, but that's impossible. I saw him fall from the top of a building.
Have a nice day.
So there's this movie called Campus Code in which college students begin to investigate strange occurrences on their campus.
Look!
It's immediately recognizable as kind of low budget, possibly a student film, and Ray Liotta's in it as a bartender.
I want to drink till I'm lying face down in my own vomit.
You've already exceeded your limit. Enough.
He has like 3 lines, and then he wanders around in the background, out of focus, like he's an extra. I'll be in your movie, Karen.
What did I say?
But when I saw the end credits, it all kind of came together. Directed by Catherine Scorsese? No, not his mom, that we all know and love from Goodfellas and Italian American.
And that's a shame. Make me say things like that. Is he still taking this? Marty, you won't get out of this house alive.
No, it's actually his daughter. Right, she's worked with him since the 1980s in the prop department, and she directed this movie in her 40s. So apparently this film was created for a website called Jump View, and it was meant to be kind of an interactive experience in which you could switch at any moment to see the film from the perspective of a different character. It was then re-edited into a normal film. The whole thing is very strange. Like, according to the wiki, there was like a lawsuit between Catherine Scorsese and the company, and she said they didn't give her enough money, and they said she showed erratic behavior. The whole thing is it's a whole thing. Oh, and spoiler alert, the whole college is a video game, and some of the characters, including Dr. Marty, are NPCs, which explains his odd behavior.
No, stop pretending like you don't know anything. What is going on around here?
A nurse will be with you shortly.
In conclusion, Marty just loves every aspect of the filmmaking process. I didn't know if you guys knew about that. I didn't know if you guys knew that Marty loved movies. I think I knew because he doesn't shut the fuck up about it. But it makes sense that he would want to put himself in his own films as a way of sort of being a part of history, or playing an exaggerated version of himself so he doesn't take himself so seriously, or take an acting job for a friend, even though acting made him completely miserable. And as of the making of this video, it was announced that he's playing Isaiah, an inspirational figure to the divine comedy poet Dante Alighieri in 14th century Italy in Julian Schnabel's film In the Hand of Dante. To which I have one question. Why? Why, Marty? Why are you doing this? Why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you putting yourself through the mental anguish of yet another acting role? Well, possibly for the same reason he does anything else involved with film. He loves it so much, he can't help himself.